Hi, welcome to week 51 of Foundation 52. Can you believe we're already on week 51? It's crazy. Where's the time gone? What's really crazy is the number of videos that we've recorded for this program. Okay, week 51 is all about leadership. Really great topic. Super excited to bring it to you. 3 videos this week. The first one is an introduction to leadership. The second one is on employee satisfaction and leadership. And the third video is on leadership skills and you as a business owner. So let's dive right in and get these videos going. Okay. Intro to leadership. So why does it matter if you are a strong leader or not as a business owner? Well, strong leaders make better decisions. So you're more likely to understand the impacts of your decisions that you're making. And remember, a few weeks back, we talked about decision impacts. You are going to understand fully the impacts to the people, to the business. You're going to understand what options you have. You're going to be able to be a little bit more creative with decisions that you're making. So it ends up being better for your business. You're able to motivate your teams more. And we all know how important teams are. When you have employees and you're a small business owner, not typically you don't typically have extra employees. Most small businesses run really, really lean. Most companies today run really, really lean, but the small businesses, when they run lean, they need their teams to do more. And so you want to be able to be good at motivating your team members. And strong leaders can do that. They understand what motivates their team members. They understand what drives them. They understand how to build team members that are able to that want to get things done, right? And they do that in a variety of ways with team building, with goal setting, and they are able to just hire better talent. The other thing that strong leaders are able to do and why it matters is that strong leaders are great at developing other people into leaders. Excuse me. So you know as a leader that it's not important that you be the smartest guy in the room or that you have the best leadership skills in the room. What's important is that as a team, you're able to function and get everything done that you need to grow and scale your business, that you want to achieve high customer satisfaction. And all of that doesn't run through you as the leader. You teach other people, you enable other people on your team, you empower your team to do those things, and you develop your team members into strong leaders. And hopefully at some point you're kind of working yourself out of a job. That's the dream. And every job I've ever had, every company I've ever been in, every role I've ever had, it's I want to work myself out of a job by building the people around me so that they can take over and do my role for me. Even as a business owner, that's something that you should be looking to do, because that frees you up to, one, work on more high value tasks, and two, to be working less than 100 hours a week, which we know most small business owners work crazy hours. All right, let's talk a little bit how you can develop your leadership skills. So there's a lot of great books out there. There's great podcasts. We've made some recommendations in the resource recommendations section of this week. You can take some online courses. You can do assessments, right? So do a strengths finder or 360 reviews with your team or with friends and family to really understand where are you really strong and where do you need to develop your skills. When you're asking for feedback, it's really important that, one, you listen to the feedback that's given, and two, that people feel comfortable giving you feedback. If people don't feel comfortable giving you feedback, honest feedback about your leadership skills, then that's a really good indication of where there might be problems with your leadership style, right? If somebody gives you feedback and you kind of lose your shit on them, you need to fix that. You need to work on that. And that's a great place to start so that people feel comfortable giving you feedback. And then identify your areas of weakness for yourself and develop a plan to improve them. So if you know that your listening skills aren't great, where you just kind of listen to respond instead of listening to hear and understand, then work on that. If you know that as a leader, you're not great at building other leaders or at building strong teams, then you need to work on those things. So take a really honest look at your skills and see where you're lacking. Where could you get better? And an easy way to identify those is look at some of the things that your team does. If you have a team, look at some of the things that your team does that drive you crazy, right? So if your team gossips a lot, if your team loves drama, or if your team shows up to work late all the time, or your team puts in minimal effort, that's a leadership problem. And that starts with you, and it starts with expectations. And it also starts with like, how are you conducting yourself that your team believes that those are okay things for them to do? So that's where you want to start. Like, look at your team and look at where things are not where you want them to be. Same with your family. Like if you have a family and you don't really like some of the things that happen, where maybe your kids talk back to you, or your wife is, not always the happiest to see you. Those are indications of you. Like, what can you do to change? What can you improve that makes things better, right? So I'm not saying that everything is your fault, that I'm not. Don't take that message from this. What I am saying is that as a leader, you need to look at yourself and how you are performing, how you're holding yourself accountable, and then how you hold other people accountable, and how you set expectations. So if you don't tell people your expectation is that there will be no drama, no chaos on the team, and then there's plenty of drama and chaos and you don't do anything about it, that's a license for people to continue to do those kinds of things. If you don't want political talk on your team, and politics is such a hot button area, these last like 4 years now, it feels like forever, then you need to set the example. You need to tell, listen, you can have any political views you want. We aren't having those conversations here because it's not productive and it's divisive to the team. You set the and then hold everybody to the same standards. That's key. Don't show favorites. Hold everyone to the same standards. You set the expectations. You be very clear on it. You set boundaries, and then you hold everybody to those. There's no favorites. You can't get by having favorites. Okay. That's all I'm going to cover in this first video. Second video, again, is on employee satisfaction and leadership. We'll dig in a little bit more, and we'll see you over there. And as always, if you have questions, do not hesitate to reach out.